Finn Westerly adjusted his environment suit as the bitter winds of Vesperanine howled around him. The research expedition had gone sideways when his shuttle crashed in the planet's northern hemisphere, separating him from the main research team. 3 days of trudging through alien wilderness had left him exhausted. As night fell, Finn sought shelter in a shallow cave. The flickering light of his portable heater revealed something unexpected. A small, huddled form in the corner. A child, skin the color of twilight with iridescent markings, lay curled in apparent slumber. A Vesperan youngling, far from any settlement on this barely explored world. "Hello there," Finn whispered, approaching cautiously. The child's eyes snapped open, brilliant amber with vertical pupils. Fear gave way to curiosity as Finn offered his ration bar the young. Vesperan hesitated before snatching the food with trembling hands. "Careful, small one," Finn said gently. "Eat slowly." For days they remained together in the cave, while a storm raged outside. Finn named her Nara, after his grandmother. Through simple gestures, he learned her family had perished when their vessel crashed. She had survived alone for weeks. Command won't approve. "But I can't leave you here," Finn decided, when his locator finally signaled rescue approaching. When the retrieval team arrived, their commander Bennett was furious. "Westerly, this violates every first contact protocol." "She'll die if we leave her," Finn argued. "Her people are gone. She's alone." Bennett's expression softened slightly. "The diplomatic fallout will be immense. I'll take responsibility," Finn promised, clutching Nar's small hand. "She's coming with me." The journey back to Earth was fraught with bureaucratic battles. Xenobiologists wanted to study Nara. Government officials feared diplomatic incidents. But Finn fought relentlessly, eventually securing guardianship as they stepped onto Earth's soil. Ada looked up at the unfamiliar blue sky, her amber eyes wide with wonder. Finn squeezed her hand gently. "Welcome to your new home, Nara." She spoke her first words of human language. Home. With Finn, neither could have imagined that this moment would one day save both their worlds. Years of growth, 15 years passed in a blur of challenges and triumphs. Nara grew into a striking young woman whose twilight-colored skin and amber eyes turned heads wherever she went. While some humans welcomed her, others kept their distance, whispering alien when they thought she couldn't hear. Finn, now a respected xenobiologist, had built a life for them in a coastal research community. He watched with pride as Nara's brilliant mind absorbed knowledge at an astonishing rate. By 17, she had mastered multiple Earth languages and excelled in advanced astrophysics. "Your aptitude tests are unprecedented," Professor Gillian Emerson told Nara during her university admission interview. "The Interstellar Academy would be fortunate to have you." That evening, Finn found Nara on their rooftop observatory, staring at distant stars. "Something troubling you about the Academy offer?" "Sometimes I wonder if I'm betraying my people by becoming so... human," Nara confessed. "I barely remember Vespera now." Finn sat beside her. "Your heritage isn't something you can lose. It's in your blood, your instincts. Besides, knowledge of both worlds might someday be invaluable." At the Academy, Nara's unique perspective revolutionized astronavigation. Her natural understanding of spatial relationships allowed her to develop new hyperdrive theories that shortened interstellar travel times by 40%. On her 25th birthday, Finn surprised her with a pendant containing soil from where he'd found her. "So you always carry a piece of Vespera with you." Nara embraced him tightly. Their relationship had evolved over the years into something complex, not quite father-daughter. Not quite equals, but bound by something powerful neither could fully articulate. That night, as they shared wine on their balcony, their hands touched briefly. The electricity between them was undeniable, but complicated by their history. "Sometimes I wonder what we are to each other," Nara whispered. Finn's hand trembled slightly. "Does it need definition? We're simply... US." They watched the stars in comfortable silence, unaware that those same stars harbored approaching vessels from Vespera, a civilization not extinct as believed, but evolved and searching for their lost children. The next morning, global communications erupted with the news. Alien ships had entered Earth's solar system. The Vesperan delegation's arrival created global sensation. Their massive ships, reminiscent of luminescent nautilus shells, hovered above major cities. Humanity held its collective breath, uncertain whether to welcome or fear these visitors. Admiral Winston summoned Finn and Nara immediately. They're broadcasting in multiple frequencies, but our linguists can't decipher their language. Nara stepped forward. I might understand fragments, my earliest memories. When the transmission played, something ancient awakened within her. Words she hadn't spoken since childhood tumbled from her lips, stilted but recognizable. Within hours, Nara found herself aboard the Vesperan flagship facing Elder Therix, whose elaborate markings indicated high status. His amber eyes widened upon seeing her. Narashti, he pronounced her full name with reverence. The long-lost daughter of House Varish. We believed all were lost in the scientific expedition crash. Through halting translation, Nara learned the truth. Her parents had been prominent scientists. The Vesperants had spent decades developing interstellar technology specifically to search for survivors. Your people need you, Therix explained. You bridge our worlds uniquely. When Nara returned to Earth, Finn noticed immediate changes. Her posture was more regal, her expressions subtly altered. They've asked me to serve as ambassador, she explained. Finn's heart sank. You're leaving, not without you. Nara took his hands. I requested you as my human advisor. We've always been a team. Our first diplomatic success came swiftly, establishing a cultural exchange program between Earth and Vespera. Working closely in these intense negotiations, the unspoken attraction between them intensified. One evening, celebrating a particularly difficult agreement, they found themselves alone in Nara's quarters aboard the Vesperan ship. I wouldn't be who I am without you, Nara whispered. And who are you now? Finn asked, his voice husky. Vesperan, human. Something wonderfully in between? Instead of answering, Nara leaned forward and pressed her lips to his. The kiss was tentative at first, then consuming years of unacknowledged feelings finally. Breaking free, neither noticed the emergency lights, beginning to flash until the ship's alarms blared. Unknown vessels approaching, announced the ship-wide communication system. All personnel to battle stations. Invasion threat. The Cordaith attack was swift and devastating. Their biomechanical ships tore through Earth's orbital defenses like paper. Within hours, they established beachheads on 3 continents. Their simultaneous hitting, Vespera Therix reported grimly. This isn't random. They've been planning this dual assault for years. In an emergency session, the combined Earth-Vesperan Council appointed Nara as Joint Fleet Commander, the only person who truly understood both civilization's strengths and limitations. The Cordaith Exploit Division, Nara explained. Studying tactical displays. They've intercepted our communications for years, learning our weaknesses, our historical conflicts. Finn watched her work with admiration. The frightened child he'd rescued had become this extraordinary leader who moved confidently between human military officers and Vesperan war elders. When they were finally alone in the command quarters, Nara collapsed into Finn's arms. What if I fail them? Both my worlds. You won't, he murmured against her hair. You were born for this moment. Their embrace shifted, comfort transforming into passion. In the shadow of impending doom, they surrendered to long-denied desire. Nara's skin glowed faintly in the darkness as Finn traced her iridescent markings. Their bodies moved together in perfect synchrony, human and alien yet perfectly matched. Afterward, watching Finn sleep, Nara had her epiphany. It's not about technology, she whispered. It's about perception. Her plan was audacious. While Vesperan ships excelled at energy manipulation, Earth vessels had superior kinetic weaponry. Neither alone could defeat the Cordaith, but combined. We need to fight as one entity, not allies, she announced to the Joint Council. Integrated crews, shared technology. Admiral Winston objected. Impossible. The systems aren't compatible. Finn stepped forward. Actually, they could be. He revealed research he'd conducted for years. Studying Vesperan technology through Nara, their navigation uses principles similar to our quantum computers, just expressed differently. As the first integrated battle group formed, Nara and Finn stood on the bridge of the flagship, hands clasped. Together, they promised as the fleet jumped toward the waiting enemy. The Battle of Proxima Centauri would be remembered as humanity's finest hour. The integrated Earth-Vesperian fleet executed Nara's strategy perfectly, human ships providing kinetic bombardment, while Vesperon vessels created energy fields that nullified Kordath defenses. On the flagship Concordia, Nara directed the battle with calm precision. Finn coordinated communication between the different species, ensuring no orders were lost in translation. The Kordath mothership is changing configuration, reported Lieutenant Devora. Energy readings unlike anything we've seen. Nara studied the readings, her face grim. They're preparing a gravitational weapon. If it discharges near Earth, can we stop it? Finn asked. Only from inside their shields, Nara replied. Someone would need to pilot a vessel directly into their core structure. Their eyes met in silent understanding. I'll go, Finn said. We'll go, Nara corrected. This mission requires both human and Vesperan expertise. They departed in a small stealth craft, navigating through the chaos of battle. As they approached the Kordath mothership, Nara initiated the cloaking technology she'd developed by merging both world sciences. If we don't return, Finn began. Nara silenced him with a kiss. We've saved each other countless times. This is just one more. It breached the Kordath shields using fluctuating frequencies. Inside, the biomechanical architecture pulsed with malevolent life. Following Nara's calculations, they planted destabilizing charges at key junction points. 2 minutes until detonation, Finn announced. We need to reach minimum safe distance. Their escape was nearly complete when a Kordath patrol detected them. As enemy fire struck their vessel, Nara pushed Finn into the escape pod. One of us must survive to lead what comes next, not without you. He protested. Trust me, she whispered, sealing his pod and launching it clear. What Finn didn't know was that Nara had a final plan. Using her unique physiology, she interfaced directly with the ship's systems, directing it into the Kordath weapons core. The explosion collapsed the enemy fleet's command structure. From the escape pod, Finn watched in horror and hope as debris scattered across space. Hours later, among the rescue vessels, a single Vesperan scout ship appeared. Carrying one passenger, Nara stepped into Finn's arms, exhausted but triumphant. I told you to trust me. The United Fleet returned to Earth as heroes. Representatives from both worlds offered Nara and Finn leadership positions, but they had other plans. We're establishing the Interspecies Exploration Initiative, they announced, because the stars hold more than just threats. That night, watching twin moons rise over New Vespera colony, Finn placed a ring on Nara's finger. 2 worlds, 1 heart. Always, she promised as they sealed their future with a kiss.